from New York, and his first section is now rolling in. Red Oak Farms with Mr. Wishy Bush coming in first. Mr. Jared Hansen for the Hansen Percherons. Gordy Rosica for the Rose Hill Percherons. Patrick Nample for the Farmington Express. Mr. Chad Cole for the Penwood Percherons. And Randy Coing doing the driving for 4008 on the rail at the trot. We are going to be reversing. As you make your way around, we are reversing. Wishy starting that reverse. And we're going to come down to the walk, please. We're going to come down to the walk. Moving back at the trot, please. All moving back at the trot. And we're going to be lining up with Wishy. As you make your way around, we'll be lining up on Bill's direction, please. Give our first section a nice round of applause as they make their way into the lineup. This is another large class. As we are saluting our registered mare teams with the gentleman driver. Mr. Wishy Bush, the first entry to move for the Red Oak Farms. Mr. Jared Hansen next to move for our judge with the Hansen Perch Runs from Chatfield, Minnesota. Next is the entry of Rose Hill Stables, all the way from Viking, Alberta. Gordy doing the driving with Kessler, his assistant. Patrick Nample doing the driving in our next entry in front of our judge. That is Farmington Express from Wisconsin. Mr. Chad Cole for the Penwood Pertrons. And now Mr. Randy Coig's entry, joining us from Sioux Rapids, Iowa, with Randy exhibiting, proudly promoting the 250th birthday of the USA. This is our first of 3 sections for our team class. This class again is honoring our gentleman drivers of the mare teams. Just a reminder for all of our exhibitors, Summit Professional Services, capturing all the moments in the arena. Mr. Brian Yoder out there snapping the memories. Also doing our live stream, being watched all around the world as we welcome our 2026 World Percheron Congress to St. Paul, Minnesota. We're going to open the gates. Randy, if you would make your way out to your right, we will be dismissing this section. Randy Coing, proudly sporting the red, white, and blue. Mr. Chad Cole making his way out next. Mr. Patrick Nample making his way out with the Farmington Express. Gord Rosica and Kessler making their way out. Rose Hill Stables. Mr. Jared Hansen for the Hansen Perch Runs. And Mr. Wishy Bush for the Red Oak Farms entry. All right, as soon as we have safely cleared the way, we'll be bringing in our second section. We did again have a total of 21 entries. 21 entries. Hammer Alabach making their way in for Windermere Farms. Mr. Dean Woodbury for the Blue Ribbon Days. Mr. Joe Dolan for the Ground Pounders. Enos Yoder doing the driving for the Yoder Family Hay Company entry. Arcola Ranch is making their way in. Leon Yoder doing the driving. Mr. Reese Mangles for the Jackson Hole Ranch entry. Pine Hollow Dairy making their way in, the Mattoon family. This is your class on the rail at the trot, please. Windermere Farms going to be starting our reverse. And down to the walk, please. Down to the walk. And back into the trot, please. Back into the trot. And Hammer will be starting our lineup. When you get down to our ring steward, we will be lining up. Another very fast-paced group. As they make their way into the lineup, let's cheer on the gentlemen with the Mare teams. In judging our team class, our judge looking for two horses that work well together. In this class, looking for very feminine characteristics, as these are the mares. Our judge, Mr. Mark Berry, making his way down to the inn. His first entry will be the entry of the Allebach family, making the trip from Pennsylvania, with Hammer exhibiting. Next for our judges' review, the entry of Blue Ribbon Days. Mr. Dean Woodbury doing the driving, Keaton his assistant. The ground pounder perch runs are next. Joe Dolan doing the driving from Granite Falls, Minnesota. Mr. Enos Yoder with the Yoder Family Hay Company doing the driving next. Just a little bit of trivia. Father and son park next to each other. Mr. Leon Yoder next to move for our judge with the Arcola Ranch from Santan Valley, Arizona. Mr. Reese Mangles doing the driving next for the Jackson Fork Ranch, making their way from Little Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And the Pine Hollow Dairy entry, joining us from New York with Dale exhibiting our final entry in this section. And our judge, Mr. Barry, making those notes. We do have one more section that will be gracing our arena. This class again sponsored by our class sponsor and silver sponsor, Slate Acre Pertrons. We are going to be opening the gates. Dale, if you would make your way out to your right, we will be dismissing this section. Dale with the Pine Hollow Dairy. Mr. Reese Mangles with the Jackson Fork Ranch entry. Leon Yoder with the Arcola Ranch entry. Enos Yoder with the Yoder Family Hay Company entry. Joe Dolan with the Ground Pounders. Mr. Dean Woodbury with the Blue Ribbon Days entry. And Mr. Abraham Alabach with the Windermere Farms. One more section to make their way in. This class again sponsored by Slate Acre Percherons. And here they come, our third and final heat. Silver Creek Farms making their way in with Colin Fay. Beastow Brothers Pertrons making their way in next. Hunting Creek Farms making their way in, followed by Dr. Chad Zubrod. Silver Oak Percherons with Matthew Strain. Dr. Gary Fedor making his way in. Blackbrook Percherons making their way in next with Johnny Josephson. On the rail at the trot, please, all trot. And we are going to be reversing. Mr. Haglund will be starting our reverse with the Silver Creek Farms entry. And we're going to bring you down to the walk, please. Down to the walk. And back into the trot. All trot. This is your final lap on the rail at the trot. And Mr. Hagelin is going to start our lineup as you make your way around with the Silver Creek Farm entry. A nice fast-paced group as they make their way into the lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, please salute our third and final group of our Mare teams with the gentlemen drivers. Our first entry in the lineup, entry 3012, Silver Creek Farms from Belle Plaine, Minnesota, with Harry Hagelin exhibiting. Our judge reviewing the entry of the Beasto Brother Percheruns, joining us from Wisconsin with Luke. Number 1828 is next. That is the Hunting Creek Farms entry with Chip Lawrence. Our next entry for our judge, the entry of Zubrod Percheruns, Dr. Chad Zubrod exhibiting. Number 2263, the Silver Oak Percheruns, next, joining us from Manitoba with Ethan exhibiting. Dr. Gary Fedor next in the lineup, entry number 4,000. Fedor Farms joining us from Michigan. And our final entry in this class, number 1420, Blackbrook Perch Runs with Mr. Johnny Josephson. All right, we have seen all entries in this team class with our gentleman driver of the Mare. Our judge making his decision now on who he will see. We'll be placing our top 15 entries. This class again sponsored by Slate Acre Perch Runs. Slate Acre Stables located in Baltic, Ohio, a prominent breeder and trainer of quality perch run draft horses. Many young and upcoming prospects are available from the Hirschberger family via private sale or at public auction. They also ship cooled semen from Trip Crest Ladies Man and MRD Jason, also available. Thank you to our good friends at Slate Acre Perch Runs, our sponsors for our men's mare team. We are going to open the gates, and Johnny, we will start with you, making our way out. Johnny Josephson for the Blackbrook Perch Runs. Dr. Gary Fedor for the Fedor Farm Perch Runs. Ethan for the Silver Oak Perch Runs. Beasto brothers making their way out with Luke. And we are going to be setting our drive-off contenders. Harry making his way out with the entry of Silver Creek Farms. These 2 entries going to be remaining in the arena for our drive-off. 6 total entries for the drive-off coming back, 6 entries. All right, our ground crew working diligently to get these horses that will be coming back for our drive-off. We have 4 hitches outside that we're going to be pulling back in, so kind of maneuvering all of them, it takes a little time. In the arena for the drive-off, we have the Hunter family, the Hunting Creek entry. We have the Zubrod entry. And we have 4 entries from the outside making their way in. Mr. Dean Woodbury with the Blue Ribbon Days. Mr. Chad Cole with the Penwood Percherons. Mr. Reese Mangles with the Jackson Fork Ranch. And Mr. Enos Yoder with the Yoder Family Hay Company. On the rail at the trot, please. On the rail at the trot. You're awful quiet, St. Paul. This is the drive-off of a big class. Make some noise for the boys. And Chip will be starting our reverse with the Hunting Creek entry. Mr. Chip Lawrence going to be starting our lineup as you come around. Chip pulling in for the lineup. Drivers pulling in closely and tight, please. We're going to bring all entries back in, all 15. Drivers close into the lineup. Into the lineup tight, drivers. And your drive-off contenders are now in the center arena. Make them feel welcome in the men's team for the Mares. We're going to be opening the gates and bringing in our remaining 15 entries that were qualified for this entries. Thanking our sponsors, your men's Mare team class, and also a silver sponsor, Slate Acre Percherons, located in Baltic, Ohio. We thank the Hirschberger family. Many young and up-and-coming prospects are always available at their farm. You can buy them privately or see all their selection at the sales, the public auctions. They also have a breeding lab where they ship cooled semen from Tripcrest Ladies Man and MRD Jason, a prominent breeder and trainer of quality Percheron draft horses. Thank you to Slate Acres. Your remaining entries making their way in. Drivers coming in nice and tight as we'll be bringing 15 back in. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they are lined up end to end of the Warner Coliseum. Let's salute our drivers in the gentlemen driving the Mare teams. What a beautiful turnout. All right, we are ready to name your top 15 entries. Again, the award ribbons start at 10th. In 15th position today is entry number 3012, Silver Creek Farms, joining us from Belle Plaine, Minnesota, with Harry Haglin exhibiting for the Fahey family. '14th going to number 4002, Pine Hollow Dairy, joining us from New York, Mr. Dale Mattoon. 13th, number 2087, Rose Hill Stables. Mr. Gord Rosica doing the driving with Kessler, his assistant, making the trip from Alberta, Canada. 12th position to number 2263, Silver Oak Percherons, the Strain family. Ethan doing the driving from Manitoba. 11th place to number 2292, Windermere Farms, with Hammer Allebach exhibiting. And we are going to move into your top 10 entries. In 10th place today is entry number 2808, Arcola Ranch, joining us from Arizona with Leon Yoder exhibiting. In 9th position, number 4001, the Hanson Percherons from Chatfield, Minnesota, with Jared Hanson exhibiting. Eighth place going to number 2611, Ground Pounder Percherons, joining us from Granite Falls, Minnesota, with Joe Dolan. In 7th position, number 2442, Red Oak Farms, joining us from Quebec, Canada, Wishy Bush doing the driving. In 6th position today, number 1310, Zubrod Percherons from Guthrie, Oklahoma, Dr. Chad on the lines. The 5th place award today going to number 1260, Blue Ribbon Days, owned by the Clevey, the Day, and the Ditmars, with Mr. Dean Woodbury and Keeson doing the driving. Our 4th place award, number 1413, Penwood Percherons, joining us from Center Hall, Pennsylvania, with Chad Cole. In 3rd place, number 1471, Yoder, Hay, and Horses, joining us from Westcliff, Colorado. Enos doing the driving with Kelsey riding with him. Your reserve and your champion sitting in the arena for our men's team with the registered mares. The reserve champions, number 1771, that is the entry of Jackson Fork Ranch from Little Jackson Hole, Wyoming, with Mr. Reese Mangles, your reserve champion driver. And ladies and gentlemen, your world champion in our men's team of registered geldings, congratulations, and I'm sorry, your world champion in your registered mare team is entry number 1828, Hunting Creek Farms, Jason Hunter and family, the owners, with Mr. Chip Lawrence doing the driving. This hitch traveling from North Carolina to be a part of our show. We are welcoming our royalty to the arena. Mackenzie Strand has the honor of serving as your World Percheron Congress Queen, joining us from Texas. She's assisted by Jadalyn Bexon, a 6th-generation Bexon in the draft horse industry. These two young ladies presenting the award to your world champion. Congratulations going out to Hunting Creek Farms. And I believe Jadalyn and Mackenzie both going to find their way up on that seat. A big class, a great win, and your world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chip Lawrence doing the driving. Take him out with a nice round of applause. Once again, congratulations, your world champion team of mares with the gentleman driver, Hunting Creek Farms.